And by the way, not a bad idea to listen to all kinds of music and try to play it too. Whatever your preference is, whenever you can really take in other things, it'll help whatever you're doing. You know, whatever you choose to. This is what I want to specialize in. You know, it's like a doctor. You know. They know a lot of things before they start working on your brain. You know. Something else with those recordings too, like my dad, when he was playing, he used to watch the disc like this as he's playing, and they would end the song whenever the disc ran out. You know, so a lot of those endings, they just end. We'll do some more another time, huh? Yes? I just thought you people would be interested in hearing some of that. There are other recordings on here of my dad had some friends who were professional mandolin players, and you know, I'll skip to that just for a second, okay? Because that's nice. There's a mandolin orchestra, and these guys were all legitimate, trained musicians, and my dad was friends of those. The guy who led that group, Harold Wienard was his name.
Next selection, Ohio Guitar by Jerry Stonesley. Next is Mandolin Duet by next will be Hawaiian Selection by next will be Galbraith First Mandolin. The next three selections will be by Joe Bianchi on mandolin.
This is the guy I was talking about.
Guitar accompaniment.
Shit. This guy was unbelievable. And this is my dad playing this guitar. It sounds like 1,000 guys playing. It's just one guy. skip to the polka. That's my dad playing this guitar. Besides everything else, he's a pretty good musician, you know. I know when I first started to take serious lessons, I was maybe 13 or 14, and my dad knew nothing about reading music, and he didn't know the music I was playing. I stayed with the guy down in Pittsburgh, Victor J. Lawrence, and I was playing things that my dad had didn't relate to at all. You know, things like Meligania and bolero kind of things, and stuff where you had to use the pick and do different things, and you know. But I remember sitting in the dining room, and I'd be practicing, and my dad would be out in the kitchen reading the paper, and I'd be working on stuff, you know. That doesn't sound right to me, Carl. Are you sure you shouldn't? That one note, there should be, I think the time, that doesn't sound like the time's right there. Are you sure that's what's on the paper? You know, I can still hear him saying that. You know. And he was right. You know. More times than not, I would go back and, you know, he could hear it. He knew what he was listening to, and he made me learn how to hear, you know, better. This is the one. I love this song. I don't know what the title is, but it's one of those old 3/4 like a mazurka or something like this. 3/4. And this guy was born in Italy. He's from the old country. It's cool, huh? Really.
Next is the banjo solo. Next will be a selection by Harold Wingard's Mandolin Orchestra of Swiss.
Yeah, this orchestra, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just want you to hear just a couple notes. I forget what the instrument had. It was like 2 mandolins. It was like a chamber group. And back in those days, the mandolins were equivalent to what like the violins and the cellos and the violas were. They had 2 first mandolins, or first and second mandolin, and then an instrument called the mandola, which was the equivalent of the viola, except it was played with a double-strung mandolin-style instrument. And then there was a mandocello, which was in the register of the regular cello, except again it was played with a pick, double-strung. And there was a guitar. I remember that guy too. I can't think of his name now. He had a nice, one of those like L5s from the 30s. You know, it was beautiful. You know, And these guys are reading everything, and this was recorded with a microphone. My dad wasn't going to put pickups on all those Gibson, those really expensive master tone things, So he recorded all this with. By the time these guys came into the picture, reel to reel was on the scene, and my dad. I still had those 2 decks too. He had 2 decks. Ampex made them. I still have those.
LPA.
The cello part is really cool. A nice sound. Okay, we'll do some more of that another time. As a matter of fact, maybe what I could do is just make a whole thing, put the whole thing on like that. All right, no, we already have. We've been talking about it. Dave did that for me already on the DVD. Anyway, I think we'll just let that go until the next time. But I just wanted to do all this for you, and I'm very proud of my dad. He was just, and he never asked for anything. He wasn't trying to become famous. He wasn't trying to make money off. He wasn't. Well, a lot of people, but why didn't your dad patent the pickup? And they do that with me too. By the time you go through all that, my dad was just so busy doing things he didn't want to bother with all that. And even when the humbucking pickups came out in the 50s, and telling my dad, that new, he said, oh yeah, he already did all that. It wasn't like he was saying, well, I already did all that. It was just passing. It's just, that's the way it was. He just did it. Never wanted anything. I think I wanted more for him than what he did. But he's gone. I hope I didn't disappoint you, Pap. A lot of people think too, like, oh, your dad did all, you made the guitars, and that's why you did that. That's not why. It was the furthest thing from my mind. I never even thought about doing any of that. Just like I told the story many times, I just got mad one day and said, I'll see if I can get my hands in the right place instead of having them all over the place with the Fender bass and all, That was my whole thing. Anyway, I think we should say goodbye. And I think that's good. Say goodbye, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Dave?
Bye, Joe.
What do you got to say, Pete?
I'm out of here. Bye, Joe.
Everybody's ready. Okay, bye, Joe. Bye, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you got something out of it. See you on the next one.